Hi everyone, this is Ash. I'm here to help you get cash. I came here from India with $20 and not a word of English. And today I'm here to interview Helene on how does she help business owners, entrepreneurs, executives, people who are going to, whether you're going to work every day as an employee or if you're an employer, doesn't matter. She is here to help you. How do you go from frustrated and unhappy, how you feel on Monday mornings where you're going, oh my gosh, I gotta go to work, and you feel like blah, and then she's here to help you. How do you go from that to vibrant and healthy lifestyle 7 days a week? So let's talk to Helene a little bit. And Helene, can you please tell us about how do you help people in terms of, I understand that you went through some really tough time in your life in terms of experience. So can you share a little bit of your experience of your journey of where you were and what has happened since then?
Sure. Well, when I was a teenager, I became anorexic, and the reason I became anorexic, now that I look back, is because I didn't have any control over my life, and so I couldn't control anything outside of myself, so I decided, well, you know what, I can control food. So I started to, deprive myself of food, and then I started to exercise like crazy, and before you know it, I went from 130 pounds down to 89 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what happened at that point? When you...
Well, thankfully my sister was up on the times, and she had read articles, and way back then, anorexic was a fairly new disease,
okay.
And she read some articles, and she said to me, Helene, you're anorexic, you need to wake up. And she actually took me in front of the mirror, and she made me stand there until I could actually see how skinny I had become. And from that point, it was a long journey back, but I'm happy to say that I made it.
Okay, so what were some of the things that you did to make that journey? I mean, what were the things?
Well, initially I just changed my eating so that I could gain the weight back. But it was really a much longer journey than that, because it wasn't about the food, it was about the emotions behind the food. And so while I corrected the eating behavior, I didn't correct the emotions. So it's a much longer process until I realized that, it's about control, and it's about what my emotions are telling me. And I needed to learn how to honor those before I could really get healthy.
Okay, so you changed inside out.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. But that's amazing, because that's what, and I understand you do yoga.
Yes.
Myself, my grandfather does yoga. Yeah, he is 95 years old at this point. He's actually coming back from India today. He went there to visit. But needless to say, I think that yoga, also teaches you internal change, and you teach internal and external change, so that change lasts you for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Okay, and now how do you feel today?
Today I feel healthy, vibrant, happy 7 days a week.
Wow, 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Wow, okay, well, you know what, friends, you need to get her secrets, because she has some amazing programs, and when I went, part of your program, I thought it was absolutely amazing itself. Can you tell us a little bit about, when somebody comes to you, okay, what is it that they can expect, when they come to you as far as your training? Because I understand you do writing, right? And so you love to write. You write articles and things like that. Is that
yes.
my understanding? Yeah. Okay, so you write articles for companies, organizations, and so forth.
Right.
You write, and you write because you love to.
I love to write. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And second thing, I understand that of course you want to help people. So how do you help people?
Well, through writing, absolutely. Everybody has a passion, and mine just happens to be writing. Okay. And when I write, and I write about health, and I write about wellness, I lose myself in that, and that gives me my joy, and it helps me. And I actually use writing with people that I do personal consultation to, because, being aware of what's going on inside you is one of the keys. So, journaling about how does food make you feel, or what was the emotion when you were eating, is a really important part of what I do, because again, it's about the emotions, not the food. Okay. So I do it that way, through writing, and I also do it, just helping an individual get in touch with the emotions behind what's going on with them.
Yeah, so actually, you actually help even organizations, is my understanding.
Yes.
From whether it's a group of people, who wants to, have the experience of, how do they go from, feeling frustrated and, blah on Monday mornings. I love that word, blah, on Monday mornings. Through and having complete transformation. You actually do that for corporations as well, my understanding.
Absolutely.
Correct? Okay.
Absolutely.
So what does corporations benefit when they have this? What happens with their employees when they see this?
Wow. Well, imagine somebody coming to work feeling blah, frustrated, depressed, dragging through the day, watching the clock, or the difference with somebody coming to work happy, excited, full of energy. I think there's a lot to be gained.
Okay, so they'll be feeling happy. They'll have happy and healthier employees. Basically.
Absolutely.
Okay, well that's great. And what about? Okay, think about this. If they have happy and healthy employees, or if a business owner is happy and healthy, they don't have to worry about disability. They don't have to worry about unemployment claims. They don't have to worry about people, especially being not coming to work. Maybe a great problem to solve.
Attendance gets much better.
It gets much better. Yeah, attendance gets better, and they'll have less health claims, of course.
Absolutely.
Which helps companies reduce cost.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about in terms of the how is your program different than other organizations? I'm sure there are other people who do the same thing you do, but how are you different than others?
Well, my training and background is as a dietitian, and most dietitians deal with food, and they deal with behavior modification around food, and that's kind of what they do. And for me, I start a little bit differently. I start with the emotions, because again, for me, it's about the emotional ties that talk to us about food and our behaviors. And so I start with emotions, and I go into thoughts and behaviors and how they kind of are interrelated, and how to clean those up and find the ones that are stuck, that are keeping us from developing healthier habits and feeling good about what we're doing and having healthier behaviors. Then I work on food and exercise after all that is cleaned up. So it's a little bit different in terms of process, and I really deal with the emotional aspect of things.
Okay, so you actually effect permanent change instead of just, if somebody says to me, like, of course I need to work out, but in terms of working out is concerned, if somebody says you need to run 5 miles an hour and did not give me the reasoning and didn't change me inside, I wouldn't, it's harder to change. Versus if I had emotional, something happens or whatever, not hopefully not, but if something happened or whatever, or somebody showed me a true way to change myself internally and last that, have a permanent change.
Right.
Versus it's like me walking every day versus, trying to run 100 miles an hour in 1 minute or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, and it's really about finding out who you are and what is the best Ash. Maybe the best Ash is this body size, but it's about finding, are you feeling good about yourself? Are you having, happiness and joy in your life? And that's the difference between having guilt and frustration and all those things because I ate the wrong thing today.
Right, yeah. And I think that is so true, because, a lot of times we eat something or we do something that we feel bad, and we don't want to have that emotions, just like going to work on Monday morning.
Right.
We don't want to have that emotion of going to work, so and feeling blah for sure.
Right.
So how can somebody take advantage of some of your programs that you have? Can they go online? Can they learn about it on CD and discs, or do you have live programs that you do? And can groups invite you to come and speak in terms of speaking is concerned? Maybe you can teach them a few things.
Absolutely. Well, I do have a training program on DVD. I do the one-on-one consultation, and I also will go before a group as a speaker or as a consultant for larger organizations. So my program is pretty versatile. I'm pretty versatile in terms of getting the message out there, because I think in today's world where the health crisis is what it is, that I want to get people to a spot of going from blah to vibrant health.
That's absolutely fantastic. Well, Helen, I think that your program, I can't wait to be there for sure. If people want to check out, they can go to your events tab here at the top, and they can find out about your events that are coming up. You also hold, I believe, personal events that you just host yourself, and people can come and experience for about an hour or so.
Absolutely.
To learn more about what you do.
Absolutely.
Okay, and of course, those are posted on the events tab as well. And how can somebody get hold of you if they want to?
Well, they can send me, my email site, and then just send me a message, opt into my site, and I'll get connected with them through.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You're sending them free video too, aren't you?
I'm sending a free video, and
okay.
I have a monthly newsletter as well.
Okay, so you can go to her main page, homepage, and actually get a free video, which I think it is absolutely phenomenal. You should definitely have it, because that video itself, it will help you tremendously. Further, if they want to get in contact with you, what is your email address? They can maybe send you an email. Maybe they have questions about, about their health. Maybe they can send you an email.
Sure.
Can they do that?
My email is Helene, HELENE, at stcnutrition.com.
Okay, Helene at stcnutrition.com.
Yes.
Okay. What about, is there a number they can contact you on if they want to reach you?
Sure. 410-437-3325.